Tuna wageni watatu, Mheshimiwa Sebastian Kapofi mbunge, ambao ni wadau wa maendeleo kutoka Marekani. Wadau wa maendeleo kutoka Marekani, karibuni sana.
Container packed with supplies that need to make their way to families in Africa, like yesterday. You said this is a 53-foot trailer? This trailer is packed with medical supplies destined to the motherland. We need to help get these out of here.
There we go. Shalom, salama, siemi, shalom. Greetings to all my Israelite brothers and sisters from around the world, and I really do mean around the world. Whether you're the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the house of Israel, or you're Gentile grafted into the house under the blood of Yahushua Mashiach, we welcome you this morning. I have with me a special face, Garth Yahuda Andrews, and myself, Brother Karras.
In the flesh.
We have to get this proof of life. You know, we're in Burkina Faso.
We're okay. We're not held against our will.
So right now I'm here with ADDI, but representing Quest to Unite Africa. So there's a story. So if Garth shows you, move to show him your shirt, move your Yeah, a little bit of thing. So, yeah, there you go. Let folks get on in there. If you all can hear us, give us a one in the chat. We are live streaming from one of the government buildings here in Burkina Faso. But as you all are making your way on in, we have we've had a really good visit so far. We're now on day two.
Day two?
Yeah, this is day two,
Oh, wow.
and this is day two of the um, really a lot of the business elements that's going on here. So, as we are representing Quest Unite Africa, we've met with several representatives and ministers. So we're able to talk for a little bit. This is a lunch hour that's going on, and then we will be talking to the agency of the Burkina Faso investments. So you have a lot of folks on over here. We've met with. So as folks are coming in, we can kind of explain to you why we're in the ADDI, outfit and the shirt. So we're still representing Quest Unite Africa, but we traveled here under the ADDI contingency. And so with that, Garth and I just got through with meeting President.
Ibrahim Traore.
Say it again, Garth.
Ibrahim Traore. Wow, my
Yeah.
blood is just like going something.
It took a lot of time to get Garth to come on here and show his face. He had to freshen up because there's a lot of crying. There's a lot of tears.
I mean, listen, I had chills down my spine. I will never forget this day. Never.
It was pretty nice. Got the fist bump with the president, and that is what we're trying to accomplish. Not just here in Burkina Faso, but also all throughout the continent as our quest. So during that time, we landed here on Saturday. Got a chance to get acquainted. We sat down with a Ghanaian billionaire, Nana Kwame, who is running for president of Ghana. So he announced his presidency, and these are certainly a lot of the things that we have going on. You have a lot of entrepreneurs in the group, a lot of folks wanting to partner and share their capabilities of what they bring to the table. So there's a lot of discussions that we have. Yesterday literally was a 14-hour day of just being on the road. And honestly, literally at the end of the day, as we're getting to the hotel, we ran into like a Burkina Bay, tornado. And then
Sandstorm. First time I've seen anything like that in my life. Oh my gosh, that was crazy.
Yep. And then from there, it was just like torrential downpours. And now today, you have a lot of the tropical type weather, but we're right on the edge of the Saharan region. So, so there's sand and then there's still vegetation. So it's definitely interesting to see all this. So I'm kind of keeping everything fixed here because there's still a lot of laws and things in place for um, folks showing their faces and things of that nature. So when you're doing something like this, there's a security risk and everything.
Unfortunately, we weren't able to get any video talking to the president, but I will be here to inform you that he wants us to come back home. He knows that he said, you in the diaspora are here to awake all the brothers and sisters on the continent, and it's now time. And he said, we need your expertise. And he says, you are now ambassadors of Burkina Faso. And I've been here and nothing but kindness from the locals and from all the people we've met. This is now our time. And he literally, it's like he is an ambassador for the change and the starter. He's the fire, the light that lit us all and inspired us all to, take their initiative. And he was very receptive. He was just a very nice, um, man, a nice person, and it was just surreal to see someone my age, around my age, have a force and literally do what I've hoped for since my awakening, that we would all work together. And he even said, without each other, we are we perish, but together we are stronger.
Exactly. So, as the day unfolded, last night we were informed that we would be going to meet with President Ibrahim Traore. I spoke to our Quest Unite Africa board and let them know, what the situation was, and so this morning we made sure that we had the transportation ready, and with that, the protocols of the security and things of that nature to ensure not just our safety but also his safety. Because there's still concerns. I'm going to be frank about it. Um, they want our help, and even with what Ibrahim Traore had said, he said that there's a lot of things that they have to learn. There's a lot of things that they have to learn together. Now, this is Brother Garth. This is Brother Garth.
No, absolutely not.
Brother Garth and Brother Karras. So, um, so the whole thing with what we're doing, and this is why we have this, it's to show that, we're here um, for the economic development piece. We don't, again, it's not our job to lift a finger. It's our job to build. It's our job to collaborate with one another. You know, I am the commander.
Look. I am
That's the
captain now.
Nas. That's the Nas. The
It's
Nas
all
movie.
good. It's all good. It happens.
No, but but that's what we're here. This is what they're all about, and this is why we have these collaborative efforts. I definitely would like to say shout out to Dr. Ericana Shumpori Ba, Her Excellency. You know, the former ambassador, African Union ambassador to the United States. And this was her vision. This was her goal of trying to connect us on the level to where a change can be made. And so now with these changes that's going on, we're continuing to do the mission, and this is where um, we have, there's all walks of life. There are folks that are waking, there's folks that are just dead asleep, but it doesn't matter because at least somebody's doing something, you know. And the whole question is that even if you don't know what you're doing things that is enabling what the word literally
Progressive.
has says. So, we've met folks that are talking about policy institution for the diaspora to receive, you know, African visa-free statuses, and those discussions are ongoing. There are people that are, doing things on the continent that is providing technology and also other engineering services. There's folks with healthcare and healthcare initiatives, and there are opportunities for us to, fill those voids in the logistical component of the work that we've done for the last, year and change that's now led us up to be here to where we're contenders. And we've always been contenders because we always had a group behind us. In the Israelite community, right? In the Israelite community alone, we have millions of people behind us, but we haven't really had that opportunity to really channel, what it is that we bring to table because we're doctors, we're lawyers, we're engineers, we're project managers, we're IT, we're engineers, all the different facets that we've done and that we've learned and that we've experienced in the system is now coming together, and it's coming together with a people that want to work with one another. So, this is where we have these unique opportunities to where, we're coming together as a diaspora. We're coming together, as a people that have these like minds, these like interests, and we're just building from there. We're building from there. Look, all we have to do is the work, and we let the Most High do everything else. That's it. That should always be the philosophy. That's always been my philosophy. That's always been,
Definitely my philosophy.
Question United Africa's philosophy. Look, we're a faith-based organization, right? But that's not going to preclude you, or it's not going to, discriminate you. It certainly doesn't do that. But here's the thing: when you build, you build, and when you accomplish a goal, you're accomplishing a goal. And we're building with our brothers and sisters here. I don't agree with a lot of their philosophies, firsthand, but there's a lot of also Israelites here. And there's other folks that are here from the Kemet community to other communities, but they know in their heart that there's something that has to be done, and it has to be done very, very quickly. We're in the time that this is danger zone.
And if I could add, Ibrahim Traore said it, that education is one of the most important things that we need to, leave an example for our future children and future generations to get the shackles off their mind, and how he saw how, bordering countries were still being bullied, but he said that he appreciated us and for coming and taking the initiative to start that I guess awakening, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, we've been commissioned as the ambassadors to, tell what's happening on the continent. But we've been doing that job for now the last, couple of years, in certain respects to, how we have engaged on the continent, how we've come to the continent, how we've worked on the continent. Now it's really a matter of how we're moving on the continent. So, all these things that are here together and expressed, it's not just going in vain. They're hearing us, they know what we're saying, and now they're actually creating a policy to provide a mechanism for us to progress. Because when we progress, here's the thing, they progress. And it was really refreshing to hear that from a leader the very first time. I'm like, we're not talking about Tanzania. We're not talking about Rwanda. We're not talking about Kenya. We're talking about here in Burkina Faso. And that's not just Burkina Faso. That's also with Niger and Mali, because they all are in agreement, in alliance with one another, understanding that we have to be able to develop ourselves. Once they're developing themselves, they can help with others, and they know the need to help. That's been the greatest understanding. They know that once we're able to help them, they're able to help us. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? They know that once we're able to lift them up, then they can help lift us up. They're not out of tune with what's happening in the West. They know. They know that the key to to helping us in the West is that they need to have the help here at home. You can't be a leaf on the tree.
No man is an island unto himself.
Exactly. But you can't be a leaf on the tree talking about you need help when you still got termites. You got to get those termites removed. So you can do what? So you can start healing. And once you start healing, you can start growing. And once you start growing, those leaves become healthier. So this is how the Most High is moving, because now he's given that spirit amongst his people. Some people don't recognize it, and that's okay. But he's doing it. Recognition or not, he's doing it. So that's the beauty of it. So we're here right now sitting down with this investment sessions. And I'm going to tell you this. Let me just kind of explain, because they have it in English and in French, So they're talking about information technology communications. That's a little data server that they have. They're talking about livestock and meat. I know for our folks that are doing the agricultural, pharmaceutical industry, transport industry, it includes airlines, They just have industry, which is basically their manufacturing, and then they have their health industry, agriculture. And I'll have this list on up for our people on the Quest Unite Africa website. They want to work. They're ready to work. They want factories. They're ready for factories. Let me tell you what ended up happening when the French were kicked on out of Burkina Faso. The Burkinabe military literally had to scrounge up 200 assault weapons. 200 assault weapons. Back in my day, as an ammunition technician, I had to work in the armory. I had to account for like over 400 weapons. So 200 assault weapons, that's all they had in the country of 23 million people. To secure their border, because France just left. And when doing so, they literally ripped out all their telecommunication stuff, their internet and communications, in and out. Their energy, in and out. Their grid, in and out. They left them with nothing. And what they tried to do in their total destruction was to leave them and not be able to have any type of guidance or understanding of what they were left with. And so immediately they understood this, but here is the driving force. Yes, they're getting weapons for Russia now. Yes, they are. But here was the driving force. They recognized who they had as their enduring fraternal partners. And that was always the African diaspora. And you know what? On the board of ADDI, you actually have a couple of Burkina Faso or Burkinabe members. So shout out to ADDI. Shout out to ADDI because they made this happen. But their job is just to, not just do all the work. No, that work comes on organizations like Quest Unite Africa. These are organizations that lean on organizations. That's why when I always say, look, we need your help to do what? To be able to even get to these events. And let me tell you, family, there are folks who has pockets that run all the day long. But you want to know what? They have the resources, but they didn't have the people. We have the people and lack the resources. Hasn't that been the story? That's the story here in Burkina Faso, and that's the story in the diaspora, the African diaspora.
And it's not a coincidence that this awakening and this charge is happening in a land called the upright people. Because Burkina Faso is called the land of the upright people, and that inspired me. It's kind of sparked something in my mind as to, these people want to take back what is theirs and wants to live the way we used to live without colonialism or imperialism. That's just something I need to say.
Yeah, so they threw off the shackles of colonialism. They threw that shackle off like it was no one's business. And in doing so, they had to pay the price. That's the price of freedom. If you didn't know the price of freedom is you're not going to have clean running water. The price of freedom is you're not going to have a stable energy grid. The price of freedom is your food may be contaminated. And your growth of the growth of the food and everything else that's needed to get things to the people is going to be hindered because that logistical supply chain, it died. And now they're trying to literally resurrect themselves. But you don't resurrect yourself by yourself. It takes others to help you. It takes people to help you. It takes a mindset and an understanding that you're going to do a lot of the hard work. And once that work is done, then there's going to be that generational undertaking to make things better. They know. When we're here right now in this next segment, they have the investment segment. They have the investment segment because they understand, look, in order for us to give, we need to have back. But here's the thing, it's a give and take situation. They want to be able to provide and to provide for us as we provide for them. We're providing literally our knowledge and our understanding to them to control their resources and to make their resources profitable. See, their resources were profitable under colonialism, and the profits didn't go to them. It went to their paymasters. And now they know the profit is amongst the people. Because the more they're profitable, the more we're profitable. And the more we're profitable, the more they're profitable. Do you see how this works? That's super way. We'll have a discussion later on with this amazing character that you just saw over my shoulder. There's been a lot of people that are here that are doing the jobs or doing the missions, and they just need the help. They need the help. People doing policy, people doing finance, people doing education. We have a lot of young folks in the crowd learning this, understanding this, because they're bringing that back to their countries. We're in Burkina Faso. We have folks from Nigeria,
Zimbabwe,
Ghana,
Cameroon,
Senegal,
New Jersey.
yeah, Rwanda, and Uganda, and the list goes on and on and on. So, we're seeing this with our own eyes. That's why we're here. We want to give you the proof of life report. We made it through.
I'm not being held against my
Like, if we could show up a newspaper, it is 12:19, which means it's 8:19 Eastern Standard Time. We are in good health for the most part. But no, these have been some long days, but they've been very productive and very fruitful. And I cannot wait to share with you some of the things that's going on, especially on Sunday. And on top of that, the investment opportunities that's happening in Burkina Faso and the mechanisms that we already have in place with Region 6 Council for Diaspora Affairs to make that happen. Listen, family, we are a resilient people, whether in the diaspora or on the continent. And it's awesome to see our people have the understanding of what needs to be done. This is really, to me, yes.
I'll never forget it.
So we just met, for those coming on into the chat, I know it's been a little bit, YouTube suppresses algorithms. Aviation maintenance, there we go. Because they have planes, and they need to fix planes, and they need to buy planes. For real, they need that. So they need a GDP right now from the requests that we saw just for roads. Just for roads. You need about $30 billion US. But here's the funny thing. As I'm looking at this right here, I was saying something to Garth earlier. I don't like to critique, but I do have to critique.
Yes.
What was that thing at? Here it is, right here. I want to put this in front of your face. So these are the figures. These are from 2021. This is what everybody's talking about. And I'll have this on in there. But if you could see, just right there, let me get that centered. Fourth largest gold producer in Africa in 2020. Do you see that right here? It's right there, right above the Covenant Awakens. Trying to center that a little bit more. Fourth largest gold producer in Africa in 2020. That's a billion with a B. But if you're the fourth largest gold producer in Africa, let's get these numbers into perspective. And that's 2020. That's 2020. Let's get these numbers into perspective. If you're the fourth largest gold producer in Africa, you're bringing out tons of gold. You're not just operating with billions, you're operating with hundreds of billions. And you're receiving 100 million? 100 million for your country? These folks are literally as rich as the Saudis and the Emiratis put together. Let's stop playing around with these numbers. Let's stop playing around with this cognitive dissonance that we have. They're richer than any Middle Eastern Arab nation. That's the saddest reality. Do you all see what's happened in the last hundreds of years? You all realize what's happened? That is shameful. And Burkina Faso was not the only nation, nor is it the nation that's still under that type of colonial devastation. It's not rule, it's devastation. So imagine you're living on food stamps, and then the next day you kick out the folks that was having you sleep in the basement living on food stamps. And then you see that they're living up the lap of luxury with golden cups, golden silverware, eating T-bone steaks. What do you do? This is a serious question. What do you do? Hey, I just kicked out these folks that were literally having me living on food stamps. I don't know what to do with all this money. When you just came up like George Jefferson, for real. And you were living good times. What do you do? Well, you have to sit back. You have to kind of say to yourself, okay, what do I do with all these resources? What do I do with everything that I have? How do I get an understanding of what it is that I have? Because not only do you see what's in your kitchen and what's in the fridge.
Oh yeah, refrigeration is like, honestly, that's another thing to take for granted. There's not much refrigeration.
Mm-hmm. Not much refrigeration, not much AC. But let me get back to this analogy. Not only do you see what's in your kitchen that they've been living up, but then you look outside the pool and the pool is full with gold. You look outside the pool and the pool is filled with gold. You've had a little bit of the TV and everything else. You've seen a little bit of what African Americans can do. So what are you going to do? What are you going to say? Who are you going to call? They made that call to ADDI, African Diaspora Direct Investment. That's it. They need the direct investment of literally brain trust. brain power. I don't know how to manage these resources. And furthermore, the folks that I just kicked out, they're threatening to come back in, and they're trying to come back in even stronger. I need help. This is what this is all about. They need help. Oh, the mother folks who may, they're not family. I'm trying to reach out to cousins. I'm trying to reach out to family members. I'm trying to reach on out to my brothers and sisters. Hey, we got kidnapped on over there. Yeah, I know, but we need you back. We need you back.
Jim Troy knows what's happening, and he said we need to come back. He hasn't stressed that enough.
We need you back. We were just there. This fist, this bump, this hand, patting him on the back. And his private bodyguard and security was not happy that I was patting him on the back. I patted him on the back. Yeah. More on the evening news: how a Black American got detained in Burkina Faso for being ignorant. Hey, who knows? Who knows? I was going to take my opportunity, and listen.
Shoot your shot.
Mm-hmm. But it wasn't just me being exuberant and, all elated and delighted. It's all of us that's here.
Everyone was going crazy. I felt chills. Listen, all right, I'll admit it. I got a little tear, just a little bit.
No, man. Garth was crying. We were trying to find the box of Kleenex.
And they were man tears.
I thought I was going to see Garth doing jumping jacks out of his chair. He's like, yeah. He's like, is that an exercise, Garth? Brother Gareth, you see that? Oh my goodness. Yeah, it was nice. It was very nice. But we had to understand it wasn't on our accord. Nobody here is smart enough. Nobody here is brilliant enough. Nobody here. It's not on our accord. Like I've always stressed, and I've continued to stress, this is the Most High putting all this together. It's the Most High who brought us here, and it's the Most High that's going to keep us moving forward, and it's the Most High that's going to continue to bless everything that's being done, not just here in Burkina Faso, but all throughout the African continent. That is his promise that he's made to his people. You better read Jeremiah 31 and 32. That's the promise. That's his word. That's what he's declared. No matter who tried to take it and pervert it and declare it as a legal weapon or a legal maneuver against us. Yeah, we're going to have some conversations with Supue. We're going to have some conversations. That worldwide war that was declared on our people is getting ready to end. And when it ends, it's going to end with devastating effects on the West. It is.
Rise, they fall.
It is. And we'll talk more about that on Sunday. It's a big deal. These are some big deals, family. That's why I told you. I said there are things that go on behind the scenes that we haven't really been privileged to until we are ready and able to get there, because it's not our time and it's the Most High's time, and that puts us in those positions. That's it. That's it. So no matter who tries to talk bad, no matter who tries to infiltrate, no matter who tries to do any type of crazy agendas, it's all going to fail, because it's always the Most High that's in charge. That's it. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know how else to declare it. So yes, so we're here with ADDI, representing Quest Unite Africa. And it's been truly an awesome experience. Sorry, there's some things going on. You're going to hear the chatter kind of pick up in the background because folks are coming in. The leadership of ADDI is starting to kind of funnel along through. But, we just had to snatch up a seat at the table. A lot of administrative stuff. Can you make sure you put all this stuff there? Maybe, yeah. So
somebody wants to know if any of you diaspora sell medical equipment.
I could service it.
Sell, not buy, but sell.
I could service it.
Thank you.
I have a warehouse full in Atlanta. See, you see how these opportunities just come on up? You see how these opportunities, and I'm live streaming. Do you see how this stuff comes up? Look, I'm not going to try and show all the face, but this is where we're at. This is it. Opportunities literally just fall on our laps. That's it.
Okay, she's trying to get your attention.
Oh, sorry. We have business in Atlanta, so we have all of our operations that's really there. But our company is in Florida. It's headquartered in Florida. Yes. But we're basically in the Atlanta metro area. Yeah. Sorry, family. So we work as a nonprofit with other suppliers, and we basically come here to take orders, and we supply them. So all they have to do is pay for shipping. You see what I'm saying? Look, all you got to do is pay for shipping and handling. That's it. And then you get for a couple $1,000s, right? Well, it's around $50,000. You get containers that are around 250,000 to about millions. Just depends on what comes in. But how it works is the more warehouse space we get, because we're moving equipment, the more things come in. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm streaming live, so I'm just giving you full. We could, but there's some complications with that, and we can discuss that. Yeah. But right now, that's kind of the model that I get what you're saying. Because yes, it would be easier just to take these things out there.
At least I was wondering if you were in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But I'm also in Florida too.
Yeah. So we'll talk. Let me wrap this on up. Yeah. So just to let you know, this is how things are done here in the diaspora. So yes, family, big smile on my face. Yeah. So you get a chance to see all my little pearly whites and everything else. I'm usually on my little avatar and things of that nature, but I wanted to show you, what it is that we're doing here in the continent, and what that does back where we're at in the diaspora. You have folks from Europe, you have folks from the Caribbean, they're all over. And we are wanting to work with one another, we're wanting to grow with one another, and these are the opportunities that's being presented. So with that said, family, I wish I could state, no, it's $50,000 to ship a container. It is. But we can discuss all those particulars as being stated. But that's what's happening, and this is what's going on. So family, most high willing, I'll be back on maybe later on. But there's a lot of things really happening for Quest United Africa at this very moment. So it has been awesome to kind of show you, everything that's going on here. This is all part of Dr. Ericana's group, Her Excellency's group, and see, they're getting ready to present the investment opportunities, and then that's what we bring home to you all. That's what. Look, we literally just talked about it. I told you. As soon as Garth and I got here, we were in front of an app. We were in front.
billionaire.
I can't even say it.
First
You
night.
say it. I can't even say it.
Billionaire.
You say it.
Like, literally all the movers and shakers. And that proverb resonated with me. Your gifts will bring you before great men, and the Most High meant that. He meant it. And that's all I've been seeing this whole trip. Brilliant people coming together, making solutions.
They have a lot of problems, but here's the thing: we're bringing a lot of solutions, and the more solutions we bring, the less the problems will be.
And through that process, we learn to grow, understand each other, and love each other in here.
Hallelujah, hallelujah. So with that, family, we're going to go ahead. We're going to sign off right now. We will try to go live today. If not today, we'll definitely be on around this time tomorrow because it's around, lunchtime. So, Garth has to, run around a little bit more after meeting Ibrahim Traore, the president, and,
I literally was asking him how to say, "You're an inspiration to me" in French. And I just kept on butchering it.
That was hilarious. I'm sorry, that was inspiration.
Expression.
He was getting so nervous just butchering it. I said,
Honestly,
guard.
this trip has taught me I need to learn some languages. I need to start learning some languages.
Oh, man. Hallelujah. All right, family. So with that said, shalom, salama, siemi, shalom, peace and blessings, Yashua.